Okay, another one today. We're taking a look at Bowmaster in a mono black shell. So, as you know, Orcish Bowmasters and Shieldred are a pretty good combo for shutting down your opponent's one ring draws. But what we're going to be trying to do here is go more on the Bowmaster side. And to do that, we're running 4 copies of Luris. We're running a lot of Graveyard Reanimation. We got Agadeem's Awakening, Call of the Death Dweller, things like that. So we basically just want to repeatedly punish our opponents for doing things with their card draw, and hopefully that's going to be enough to get us to where we need. So we have Fatal Push and Thoughtseize at the 1-drop slot. Generally, we need to use things like these in order to keep our Shieldred alive. So Thoughtseize really needs to deal with Planeswalkers, removal, things of that nature. And then we'll soak up other removal with our Orcish Bowmasters, our Lurises, our Graveyard Trespassers. And we're basically going to try to get our opponent to a point where they use all the removal on our creatures. We're replaying things out of the graveyard, and then eventually we'll try to slam a Shieldred. And by then, if they're doing anything with the One Ring, hopefully we'll be able to kill them through what they're doing. We have Call of the Ring in this deck, which is a card that I'm trying out here. We get tempted at the beginning of our upkeep, and in the games that I've played with this, the way that this ends up working is that you don't really get to use any of the first few ring tiers because you generally play this on 2 and then it's just kind of sitting around for a few turns. Like, the best case is you go to turn 3, you play something, and then turn 4 you're able to attack, so you'll just basically have the second tier of the ring by then anyway, if you play this on curve. So it's kind of good. Generally, this is just here in order to get us to the 3rd and 4th ring slots, and it's pretty good. We want to be utilizing this final piece of the ring, the final level of the ring ability, in order to drain our opponents out. So yeah, the creatures in this deck are Bowmasters, Shieldred, Trespasser, and Luris. We're ideally going to be getting all of the 3 CMCs or less with Call of the Death Dweller. We can get anything back with Agadeem's Awakening, and hopefully we can just we can beat our opponent's removal. Other than this, we have Bojuka Bogs to deal with Graveyard Reanimation. We have, and Graveyard Trespasser also helps with that, but we have a Bojuka Bog as just a main phase way to deal with a full graveyard. We got Lochthwain for value, Hive for another body, and a bunch of Swamps for untapped lands. We want to be playing quickly here, and luckily we can do that here in black. Shieldred's Edict here in this deck. I am generally a fan of this card, as you'll notice that this deck doesn't really have a way to deal with Planeswalkers other than attacking them down. And I guess Orcish Bowmasters does do a lot against Planeswalkers, so that's good. I mean, not much to say here. I think more or less we're familiar at this point with the Shieldred Orcish Bowmaster idea. Call of the Ring is kind of the only new card that we haven't played so far. But I think this is a good overview right here. Let's hop into some games and see what we can do with Mono Black Bowmaster Luris. Here we go. Alright, we got round 1 here. A 1-lander is not anything that I can take, so I'll pass it back. And this is much better. We have pretty much everything that we need. In terms of the thing that I want to discard, I'll probably get rid of Edict here. We get to turn 1 Thoughtseize our opponent, see what they're working with. And this is Jeskai Control here, so Snapcaster Mage is pretty bad here. It's going to be bad once they get Archmage's Charm and Absorb online. I think that Archmage's Charm is pretty bad because it can grab our Bowmaster token. So I'm thinking that either of these would be pretty good, but Snapcaster Mage has to be the thing that I take because it's basically access to both those cards in the late game. Alright, so it looks like this is just going to be Bowmasters into Graveyard Trespasser. They'll play a land, we'll see if they play anything here. Seems like no. Here's Bowmasters, deal a damage to opponent, and set them up for 2 damage a turn. I could actually have Graveyard Trespassered like the Archmages or something out if I had chosen those instead of Snapcaster Mage. Whoops. I think I'll just put this in tap. We'll get a Call of the Ring out, and then get some damage in on our opponent. Sadly, now I can't attack in without fear of my Orc army getting yoinked, so that's annoying. If they steal it, I can kill it with my next Bowmasters, though. Oh, and they'll actually just take my Bowmasters, won't they? Is it CMC 1 or less? Oh, it is CMC 1 or less. So I'll choose Bowmasters. I will pay the 2 life here to draw a card. It's worth it to me. And let's see. So we have 4 mana here. We got Trespasser or Bowmasters plus Edict. I'm going to go ahead and swing in with both. We're going to make sure that this gets tapped. And now even if they do steal it, it's fine. That's fine. You can do that. And then we can always Shieldred's Edict that down the line, so that's fine. We'll end turn holding up all of our creatures. And we're chilling here. See if they make a play here. Shieldred's Edict is going to have to line up against a Planeswalker that they're inevitably going to play. Let's see, so they can deal with the Bowmasters. We'll see if they're down to deal with a Shieldred's Edict creature token. Let's see. So if they let this resolve, if they absorb it, then I Bowmasters. If not, I just hold it for next turn. We keep getting tempted, and we'll continue to draw cards here. Absolutely worth the life. Luris is a good option here. I'm not sure I want to play that into a counterspell. We'll get to swing in and loot. We get another Bowmasters. I think I'll drop off the Trespasser. That's not going to be the most impactful card here. Pass our turn. And they're just passing with mana held up all the time. Okay, so this is totally fine. So the next spell that they cast that deals damage. So they must be playing 4 copies of Molten Impact and then maybe another type of spell. Well, they're not drawing cards, so I don't care. Let me go to my turn. Here's Bowmasters. Deal damage to them. Okay, we'll get double Bowmasters. Love to see it. I hope this doesn't put me in the range of a... We will pay 2 life. I'm hoping that a board wipe doesn't come down. We can Hollow the Ring again, but it really doesn't matter. So we will have that be our looted card for the Bowmaster attack. We'll discard Hollow the Ring. And do I care to hit anything in the graveyard right now? Honestly, not really. Maybe Archmage's Charm is the only thing I could think of. Luris allows me to play a Bowmasters right now. Should I do that? I mean, I guess I might as well. It puts them on lethal this turn. Has to be a board wipe. I can still Luris and get back anything. Kind of has to be a board wipe, now that I think about it more. Okay, so they passed. They may be holding up... Honestly, if I really think about it, they're holding up 5 mana. That has to be Settle the Wreckage, right? So Settle the Wreckage exiles, which is a problem for me. I'll continue to make this my thingy. We will pay 2 life to draw. We have Shieldred's Edict. Not super amazing right now. So I think Luris plus this thing are both good. I don't want to send 2 Bowmasters to exile though. So this has to be Settle the... This doesn't have to be Settle the Wreckage. They can actually just take the damage. March, sure. So March plus Molten Impact, interesting. Okay, sure. We do have backup Luris. If I play Luris, I can hold up Shieldred's Edict for something. They are definitely going to absorb here, sure. And they do have a turn to find a board wipe. They passed back, okay. Okay, we'll just continue having one of these be the ring bearer, and now I think I'm okay to just swing in here. If they were holding some of the wreckage and didn't play it last turn, that's pretty baller of them. Let's swing in and see what happens. If I get blown out here, that's gonna suck. Now I can Thoughtseize them, which is good. We'll get rid of the land. Okay, so they were never holding that up. They take 3, and now we get to Thoughtseize them. See if it's a counterspell. Okay, counterspell, short. Alright, so now I know I can just attack in. We're not playing around anything crazy. I think, should I get Lurrus first, or just immediately get Graveyard Trespasser? They don't have anything that could be cast out of the graveyard to gain life, so I don't care about hitting the graveyard here, so I'll just set up Lurrus plus 1 mana away of casting a 2-drop, or a 3-drop. Okay, so no permanent spells to cast here, so then that's just going to be Call of the Death Dweller, giving back a Trespasser. Put a little damage on them. If they pass through their turn now, then this is an issue for them. We'll get rid of Archmage's Charm, I think. Actually, Molten Impact is worse. Okay. I guess we could have drained them for 1. It's fine. They need a board wipe. I've been kind of lagging in killing them. This is Approach of the Second Sun. Now I know what I'm playing against. And that's fine. So they're just going to be digging for that. I'm going to produce a board. Let's go ahead and just keep it at Bowmasters. We will pay 2 life to draw a card. And here is the Shieldred lock piece that we were hoping for. And then we get to do this. I'm going to do everything that maximizes the damage. We'll discard the Swamp. I mean, they could have a Planeswalker, but that's likely not going to be the case. I'll keep the Shieldred's Edict just in case. And we have them next turn, once again. So unless this is a Approach of the Second Sun, they're dead. 1 ring, that's a thing that they could do. And so this is 1 ring go for Approach, isn't it? They're 5 cards away. Alright, and we kill them. Oh, they have protection, right? Oh, well, they didn't know that I can't target them with Bowmasters. I think they just probably didn't draw what they needed anyway. So, cool. We survived round 1 while playing a little bit unoptimally. But a win's a win. Made it through. Orcish Bowmasters and Shieldred both showed up for the win. So let's hop into round 2 and see if we can continue. Here we go. Alright. Opponent has MTGA in their name. They may be another Eternal player. Very cool. Let's see what they're up to in Historic here. We got a Thoughtseize opener. It's Yorion. This is going to be an interesting one. Let's see what's in their hand. Double Shieldred's Edict. We'll see how this goes. Inquisition, Treacherous Blessing, Flicker of Fate. Okay, so they're going to flicker their Treacherous Blessing. Cut down can remove something. Cut down is actually pretty bad unless it's going against my Bowmaster. Bowmaster's going to be pretty good here, actually. Flicker. Probably just want to get rid of Inquisition. Shieldred's Edict actually doesn't match up very well here, which sucks. So they're just going to be pretty draw heavy, so I want to get a Shieldred on as fast as possible. Inquisition hitting my Graveyard Trespasser kind of sucks, so I'll take Inquisition. Don't want to let them know what they're playing. We have Fatal Push now. Unfortunately, we are just kind of creature hate right now, not really draw hate. Hopefully by turn 4 we have a Shieldred. We go to Bowmasters. We know that we can't play it, so it's just going to be Trespasser. We will find something here, and we'll start to go to town. Other than... They don't seem to have anything to deal with Trespasser right now, so that's a free attack. There is the Treacherous Blessing here. Oh, Thoughtseize again is huge, actually. Let's see what they have. Alright, so Ichor Wellspring, Fateful Absence, Rite of Oblivion is tough. Fateful Absence, Rite of Oblivion, both of those were tough, actually. So those are answers to Shieldred. We have Bowmasters. Did they actually? Oh, they discarded Cut Down. Nice. And their mana is they can cast everything. Well, we might as well just leave them with the more annoying thing to cast. I'll just leave Fateful Absence. Move to combat, swing in, get to exile the Cut Down, and let's keep going. So we have Bowmasters for the next time that they try to draw cards. Hopefully they spend more than a few mana to do it. I think I'm fine to not do anything with Ichor Wellspring. They can always spend 2 mana here to Rites of Oblivion. So I mean I'm fine until they start to do stuff. Exile target non-land permanent, sure. They'll discard a card, yep. So we have not shown Orcish Bowmasters yet. They still have Rites of Oblivion here, so I feel pretty bad about playing Bowmasters. I think I'll just hold on to it until I can get a big creature. We got Hive here. Very close to playing a Shieldred. I think at the end of this turn, they have 1 Rites of Oblivion that they can play. I can play Bowmasters at the end of this turn, play Shieldred after. We'll pass turn. Yeah. Gotta play it slow until we can find our card draw. They find Yorion, interesting. So we'll drop a Bowmasters. Deal some damage. And let's see what we draw. It's another land, so that holds up Fatal Push. We'll swing in. Now we have Shieldred. We can tax them an additional 2 here. In their upkeep, they're probably going to Rites me. They're going to Rites their Shieldred, or my Shieldred. I'll get to keep Orcish Bowmasters, though, I think. Shieldred, I think, is worth it for 2 damage. It's not great, not bad. That part's nice, at least. We get to deal damage to them. He's not considering the discard of, or the sacking of Ichor Wellspring as a potential kill. Inquisition, we have Fatal Push and 2 Shieldred's Edicts. I'm fine about letting that stay. We can kill a Yorion, no problem, because it's their only creature. They do want to get rid of our Shieldred's Edicts. I think Fatal Push is going to be mostly dead against this deck. I think they're probably only playing Yorion as a creature. Okay, so looks like they don't have creatures here. Death Dweller, can't give anything haste, unfortunately. And we have nothing in the graveyard, so it's fine. And then I'm wondering if I were to just animate Hive, are they dead? Let's test that theory. Swing in. We will take out Fateful Absence. So, do they have removal? They must. Okay, Flicker of Fate, sure. They go to 1, so if they draw more than 1 card, it's bad for them. Yorion's an interesting play because I can just Shieldred's Edict them. I'll pay the 3 life, make them sack a non-token creature. And that should do it. Even if they were to kill it now, I just call the Death Dweller back. Cool, that's fine. Then call the Death Dweller. Oops, move to my main phase. Call the Death Dweller, bring it back Bowmasters. Deal a damage to the face. We got him. Alright. We were able to take out Esper Control. Kind of an interesting deck on the other side of the field. I do kind of like the idea of Treacherous Blessing. Rite of Oblivion plus Treacherous Blessing is kind of a cool combo. It's really often that you see Treacherous Blessing paired with Doom Foretold, which Rite of Oblivion does slot right into. I've played that, I think, a few times on the channel by now. Maybe I'll have to play it again. I do like the Rite of Oblivion idea. Anyway, that was our round 1 or round 2. Looks like that was our round 2, so let's hop into round 3 right now. Here we go. Alright, here we go, round 3. We have the 2-lander. It is a thing that we could do. Opponent is on Gigantha, which means they're going to have removal for my Bowmasters. The Bowmasters will be good and can potentially cheese out a creature. I'm not psyched about taking 3 damage to play Agadeem's Awakening. Shieldred's Edict is okay. It'll match up not terribly. I think I'm actually happy to Bowmasters and then Call of the Death Dweller back. Let's keep this hand. So Bowmasters can represent a kill on anything that attacks while they're tapped out, which is more or less likely to happen in the first couple turns of the game. So, feels good. It is a Symmetry Sage. That is going to be a turn 2 kill. We're going to Thoughtseize away their next play. Is it a creature? It is not. We want to get rid of Reckless Charge, I think. That's probably the most annoying thing to do. Wizard's Lightning is just cheap. Ranger's Firebrand is not terrible. It's not bad until they get their, like, tier 2 or 3 of the ring. Wizard's Lightning, that is a thing that I expected to see. And we do get to Edict their Symmetry Sage. And seeing as they don't have creatures, that is going to be pretty good. Non-token creature. Alright, and then we have Graveyard Trespasser to start life gain. They tempt. And they tempt. Okay. And here we go. We're going to Graveyard Trespasser here. We got a body on the board. We can start taking out the Sage. And we got to start looking at their 1-mana spells here. Haste Prowess, not an issue. We got double Bowmasters here, so if I shock in, I can kill that thing. We'll see if they want to trade first off. We'll get rid of Reckless Charge. Don't want to let them have that. I imagine they don't block this. So we can shock in, go to 6. That actually might not be good. I'm not going to do this. I can Call the Death Dweller or anything back. I can ring. If they attack, I'll just Bowmaster challenge them. +3/+0. The Prowess. Alright, so they can attack. I'll just chump block. We'll just do this to the face, I guess. Kind of annoying that I can't kill the Swift Spear, but that's enough to make my opponent concede. Cool, so good sequences of play means that we are going to stay alive and get through our opponent. And we got the rank up game 2. Nice. That was our round 3. We got round 4 coming up. Let's hop in. Round 4 coming up. Here we go. We have the Call of the Ring. We have a couple of 3-drops and a way to get them back. It's not the best play, but I think for now it'll work. Guess I want to have all my stuff untapped while I'll exile my own graveyard. Okay, so now we have Call of the Ring. This is good. We'll get a Bowmaster down eventually. Wonder what this deck is. This might be just Rakdos Control. It might make me sack a creature so that I can get around a Graveyard Trespasser. Maybe I just hold up Bowmasters for now. Bowmasters can be gotten back with Call of Death Dweller and Luris, so I'm fine. See if they play something this turn. We'll just flash in and then maybe Graveyard Trespasser if something goes to the graveyard. Able the Mirror Breaker? Okay. That's annoying. I'll go ahead and Bowmasters now. This sets up a double pin when they discard with Fable. Ring tempts me. Let's go ahead and make our Bowmasters. The Ring Bearer will take 2 life here. Find a land that's huge, and find another land is huge. Graveyard Trespasser I think is a good start. We get to draw and discard though when we go in here. And I'm wondering if I should just get rid of one of my 3 Graveyard Trespassers in that case. That's fine. Then Graveyard Trespasser I think is the card I want to play. Maybe exiling my own Trespasser. I don't know if I want to do that. I want to keep things in my graveyard. We'll see if they discard here. We get 2 pings on Bowmasters to kill their creature if they would want to take 2 cards. They took 1, that's smart. Now I have a blocker for them. What is the turn 4 play is? So it is a Graveyard Trespasser. They're going to take my Graveyard Trespasser, which is definitely annoying. Liliana the Veil now is not an issue for me anymore. Bowmasters is a thing that could happen. I think I want to make the Orc Army my Ring Bearer, because that can make them sack their Trespasser if they want to block. We have not enough to do a 3 mana and a 2 mana play, so I'll just put a tapped one of these in. Then, unfortunately, I can't just drop something into the graveyard here. It'll just get exiled. We can offer them a trade with Graveyard Trespasser. I want to make sure that I'm allowed to sequence these myself. Gameplay. Do not auto-order triggered abilities. Perfect. So we'll attack like that. We want to put this onto the stack first and then the ring second. Alright, so that's not the way I wanted to do that. It's fine. We'll get rid of the Liliana, and then we'll just probably discard a land. Yep, a land can go. And let's pass. They do take the trades. Fine. Alright, that clears up the board just fine. And then we get to call the Death Dweller our Graveyard Trespasser back. This will insulate us against a sacrifice a creature thing. Alright, so we are trading life here. We are now back at 16 even. Don't really have a way of killing the Kiki-Jiki at this time. So they're a 1-ring deck. Orcish Bowmasters is going to feel pretty good here. Let's see, ring tempts me. I'll probably just make Orcish Bowmasters the ring bearer now. That basically makes it a 4/4, which is good. I'll pay the life here. And we find Fatal Push to take out this, so that's good. But what I'll do is I'll attack first, see if they want to trade. Oh wait, of course they're not going to want to trade. Fatal Push, sure. So with this happening, what I can do is swing in. I want to take Fatal Push from their graveyard, I guess. Now I'll just stay back. We're going to go ahead and shock this in. Going to 11, which is kind of notable. I'm going to play Lurrus and then Bowmasters, holding up Fatal Push for Kiki-Jiki. Bowmasters. They will ring in response. And that's fine. I think I'll just probably Fatal Push this now. No, I won't. I'll wait until they activate something next turn. They can always cast something that's more annoying than this. Alright, can't target them. We'll target the creature, I guess. End turn. So they're going to take some damage here. Now we have Bowmasters online, and we're just looking for our Shieldred here. Okay, they're going to Fatal Push me. Fine. So now we can kill a 4-drop. We'll draw some cards, sure. They're going to have to fight through our Shieldreds, though. And if they don't produce a creature, we kill Kiki-Jiki and go in. Fable. So we kill Kiki-Jiki now. Then now they're left with kind of an uncomfortable blocking situation. We do have Bowmasters. So the ring will tempt me. We will make this little guy our ring bearer. And wow, they can't deal with the army that we have. We get an Orcish Bowmasters every turn. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, so we were looking at essentially a 4/4 going in here, and then Graveyard Trespasser stabilizing our life total. Life felt good. So that was our round 4 already. We have a final round coming up. Here we go. Okay, final round coming up. Here we go. We have the Bowmasters. Yeah, this is a good hand. I like this. Since I'm on the play, I'll just put this in tapped. Japanese opponent. This is a interesting deck. This might be mono white humans. which I am pretty interested in seeing. We have Edict to kill something. I think this deck's going to go pretty wide, so Edict is going to probably be one of the first things I use. I think it's worth tapping out right now unless they play something that's just 1 mana. Edict, sack. Alright, and then we hold up Bowmasters here. Rafine, huh? So that's 3 CMC. Conniving is fine. That's gonna be something that we can deal with. This is Ward 1, huh? So for 2 mana we can kill a Rafine, assuming that they block our 1/1. Is it worth it to call the Death Dweller? No, I can't do both. Swing in. They should let this go. This could look like a bluff to them. Nice, we get it. And then we can go ahead and put a tapped Agadeems in. Alright, we'll pass. If we need to do something like get rid of Orc Army, we can do a Rafine thing. Rafine swings, they're going to connive, they draw, we get to amass. Sure. Alright. Let's see. Well, we're going to keep Fatal Push around. Call of the Ring is a good one. Does not eat counter magic, that's good. Enters tapped, and we get to go in for 3. Alright, we're on to something here. If they ever remove Call of the Ring, we have Fatal Push online. I'm making sure to keep 2 mana up here for Rafine. So what else do they have? I know Ledger Shredder's connive. Rafine's Informant is connive. Alright, so they keep Rafine around. Ring tempts me. It is... I gotta see the ring. It is... Can't be blocked by creatures of greater power. Okay. Let's do this. We'll pay the 2 life to get some card advantage. Thoughtseize is huge. I'm gonna absolutely be doing that. Do they have counter magic for this? Let me have it. So Supreme Verdict, we do want to kill. Glad we can get rid of that. That's an easy take. Then Thief of Sanity. We need to find a way to delete some of these creatures. Thief of Sanity is probably going to be the new target for Fatal Push. I'm not as worried about Rafine. So, I mean, this attack with the Orc is not amazing either. I'll just probably run out another Call of the Ring. This allows us to pay more life to get more effects. We'll tack in here. Same gambit as last time. See if they block. Oh, right. None of this would actually work. Okay. Well, silly attack. That's okay. If they play Thief of Sanity, we can eventually kill it. I think their play has to be Thief, right? Yeah, that makes sense. We can offer a trade with our Orc Army. Trigger. Graveyard Trespasser is good. I want to keep going. 11 is getting a little sketchy. I'll draw a 3rd card and then decline the 4th. Bojuka Bog, we can take out their graveyard. Probably should have done that after I played Graveyard Trespasser. Thinking about it. Graveyard Trespasser, it's not going to take anything out of my graveyard. And let's offer a trade again here. Draw, discard. We get something out of their hand. Get rid of a 2nd Bojuka Bog. See if they want to check me with Thief of Sanity. That's fine. I think we Thoughtseize here. Thief of Sanity is going to get in. See what they got here. They have Ledger Shredder. I'm happy to get rid of that. Then Fatal Push can't target any of these things. Let me just double check that that's true. Yep. And we'll pass turn. So I could maybe just Bowmasters in with Ring Bearer next turn. Use that plus Death Dweller. They could get something good here out of the Thief of Sanity. I gotta kind of pray they don't. I mean, they can find Shieldred, they can find a Bowmasters. Both would suck. If they do attack, though, they are going to open me up to another Orcish Bowmasters trigger, however. Alright, so is it Connive X? So Connive 2, so I can kill Thief of Sanity, I think. Sweet. So that didn't work out well for them. Sweet. Love to see it. So they see that Orcish Bowmaster is annoying. They'll destroy it, that's fine. This means that I can kill Rafine here. Resolves. Let's see if this resolves. That's huge. And then before damage, Fatal Push Rafine. Right? Fatal Push, yes. I can pay the ward, right? Ward 1? Yeah. Auto pay. Sweet. Alright, they're dead. Go to our turn, Ring Tempts us. I'm gonna not do anything with this. Decline, 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 decline. Land, Death Dweller, we'll find Orcish Bowmasters. We have 8 damage coming in, plus 3 from the Ring Bearer. Just enough to kill our opponent. We even get a trigger here, so we'll be 1 over the damage. Perfect. A fitting way to end it with Orcish Bowmasters. This card is so good. It's no wonder that it's just absolutely showing up in every format that it's in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Mono Black is made even better with Orcish Bowmasters. You can kind of play almost at flash speed with this thing. It's making a lot of flash speed decks viable, which is cool. Call of the Ring. Time to talk about this card a bit. I think I'm really in love with this thing. You know, all you need is to find one, and over the course of the game, it really gives you a lot of value towards the end, assuming that you can make creatures. And if you have Orcish Bowmasters, and honestly, the reanimation aspect of Orcish Bowmasters, like me using this Call of the Death Dweller and the Lurrus angle, gives me a lot of creatures. I'm able to go wide. I'm able to use Call of the Ring to just find something that can attack in. And once I have that tier 4 of the Ring ability, being able to chunk my opponent, like I'm essentially turning in this 1 mana 1/1, or sorry, a 2 mana 1/1 into just attack 1, deal 4 damage, and it's mostly unblockable. So things to think about. I think a small lower CMC thing running Orcish and Call of the Ring is going to be pretty strong. I'll leave it to you guys to do some theory crafting in the comments and see what you're going to play with these new cards. But, you know, this is a pretty exciting format. I hope that it's not going to get too monotonous where we're just playing Orcish Bowmaster mirror matches all the time, or one ring mirror matches, but only time will tell. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to support the channel, drop a like, drop a sub. Helps me out a bunch. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Here we go.